Welcome back to a new work week, and welcome back to a new edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on the 17th day of August in 2020. Hope you had a good weekend. We had about 10 raindrops in some spots today. We had some showers yesterday that were a little more legitimate in parts of the area, but otherwise not a lot of rain over the last couple of days, and not a lot of rain coming our way in the next several days. I wanted to start out this evening actually with a big national weather story that you may have heard about. The heat out west has been pretty amazing, and it came with possibly and just an all-time record on Sunday. Of course, Death Valley, California is the hottest place across North America, with the elevation of Death Valley being actually below sea level. And with the mountainous areas nearby, you get a lot of downsloping, warming winds off those mountains. And all of this conspires, of course, along with the desert environment to produce some of the hottest weather across the globe here in the United States. Death Valley is home to temperature records for the U.S., for North America, and actually sort of unofficially for the globe. Now, yesterday's high was 130 at Death Valley, and you'll notice I have on this graphic the highest reliable temperature measurement on record for planet Earth. Now, back in the first half of the 20th century, we do have a couple of readings higher than this, including what has commonly been held as the all-time record high temperature for anywhere on Earth, 134. That was in Death Valley in 1931, but experts believe that record is a little bit dubious due to maybe some instrumentation problems and maybe a human error with the observation. There's a record or two out across parts of the eastern hemisphere as well, right around 131, that experts believe is a little bit dubious. So it's quite possible that yesterday's 130 is the highest reliable temperature record for Earth. Now, that was yesterday's temperature at Death Valley. As of this recording, it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Death Valley, and the temperature, the official temperature, comes from the visitor center at what is called Furnace Creek, and it's 127 as of just before 4 p.m. So they probably have still another hour or so worth of heating, so they're going to make a run at that 130 mark yet again. Of course, it's always hot in Death Valley in the summer, but this is pretty astounding stuff. And of course, it's not just Death Valley that's just baking. Phoenix, 112. San Francisco had some 90s a few days ago. Today it's a little bit cooler with a little more of an onshore flow, but Reno, Nevada, which is a pretty high elevation, 98 degrees. Portland, Seattle, not exactly places you think of a lot of hot weather. They're well up into the 80s, so no surprise that there are a lot of excessive heat warnings out for much of the Intermountain West and along the West Coast as well. All right, back here at home, the heat has not been the story, but the lack of rain has been a story of late, of course. The showers that we had here and there earlier have faded away pretty quickly. We actually had a pretty decent cluster of thunderstorms over towards I-77, closer to New Philly, down towards Cambridge earlier on. Those are fading away, and any random sprinkles will fade away quickly this evening. This is a look at the total rainfall so far in the month of August, 17 days into the month, and where you have the yellow, if you notice the legend up top here, the yellow colors are 2 inches and above. Those areas are doing a little better. That actually includes central Columbiana County, where it was a very dry July. Now, that being said, a lot of this rain fell during the first week of August. It's been very dry over the last 10 days. A lot of the rain that has fallen in August was very early in the month. That includes central Columbiana County. That includes areas of southwest Trumbull, central Trumbull as well, and a hot spot over here in Mercer, not far from Greenville, and north of Sharon. Those are kind of our hot spots. Drier areas, southeastern Columbiana County, much like in July, one of our drier spots, with many places pretty close to an inch worth of rain so far through the first 17 days of the month. And I just hit escape there. Hold on a second. All right, my apologies. I got a quick trigger finger there on my escape button and managed to mess up my graphics a little bit. But anyway, it's been dry over the last 10 days everywhere. But we have had some areas that have done a little better when you count August as a whole. All right, across the region over the next couple of days, the weather looks pretty quiet, as you would expect. Our model here tries to spin up maybe a sprinkle tomorrow afternoon. A couple of models are trying to show this. I'm not buying it at this point. I think the air in the low levels is too dry for much more than maybe a random sprinkle. I think some cumulus clouds should be just about it. As we go to Wednesday and Thursday, high pressure builds in and provides beautiful weather. I mean, the sun is going to be out. The temperatures at night are going to cool very nicely thanks to the dry air. We are going to warm up at the end of the week. This warm front is going to head our way as we go towards Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. First, we'll see the warmer temperatures. Then we'll see a steady increase in the humidity as we go into the upcoming weekend. But wow, dew points. We'll spend some time in the 40s, it looks like, at times, over the next few days. And again, you'll really notice this at night. It'll be very, very nice at night. Maybe even, for some, a little bit chilly at night over the next few nights. I think it's wonderful. I'm going to leave the windows open, but I would not be surprised if Thursday morning, right at daybreak, we had some backyards around 48 degrees. That's how comfortable this is going to be. We're looking for some rain, though. Maybe at the end of the weekend we get a shower or a thunderstorm, maybe with the next front approaching Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. 8 to 14 day outlook, so in other words, next week. This may be a little more of a fruitful period in terms of precipitation. I don't think it'll be especially wet, but it may be more fruitful than this week will prove to be. So we'll hold out some hope that next week will bring a few more opportunities for some wet weather across eastern Ohio and western PA. All right, that'll do it tonight on Weather for Weather Geeks. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you back here same time, same place on Tuesday.